Welcome back everybody to a new video on this channel. And today we are gonna have a look at our newest DailyRaceC at the absolutely legendary Nordschleife in Group 4 cars. And guys, let me tell you, this was definitely a really good one. From really close overtakes to missed pit stops and literally 3 people battering the whole way through the race. This race really had it all until the very end. But guys, of course, before we head into the track, let's talk strategy. So cars, guys, I chose this car, the Ferrari, right next to me. It's for sure not the meta car, but I just really enjoy this car. And as you can see, while the time of making this video, I was currently as P19 in the world with the fastest Ferrari time, and this is actually a good point in this race due to this heavy slipstream. It's again custom slipstream, and since it's a really difficult track and a driver's track, I think a lot of cars can actually work. So if you have a favorite car, for example, the Porsche seems to work, God Max Power really got it to work as well in this race, maybe you want to consider not using one of the meta cars, but just choose a car you like. But of course, taking the meta car is never a bad call. And this week's meta cars are, for example, the G70 and the Nissan GT-R seem to be the top cars for this week's Nordschleife race, for sure on 1 lap pace. Alright, we got the cars covered. Let's go to strategy. Strategy is actually a really simple one. We have 2 laps on the Nordschleife in Group 4. 1 pit stop is mandatory, and tire wear and fuel wear is ×1. So there is no question you could easily get this race done without any pit stops, because of the low fuel and low tire wear, you basically don't notice anything on the tires, no wear, and the fuel would last probably for 10 laps. But you definitely need to make this pit stops. Just get into the pits, don't change tires, and don't refuel the car. But this race has a kicker. In all honesty, I haven't seen it yet, but it's dynamic weather, so there's definitely a possibility of rain. On the radar I saw rain coming in, but it just never hit the track as of now, so I cannot really say much. But make sure if you use your own car and you are not taking a rented car, that you have your wet tires and your intermediate tires for this race. But guys, enough with strategy. Now it's really time to head into the race, and we jump right into the cockpit as usual. We're starting. Alright, getting into the race, getting into the cockpit. We are starting at P2 here, right in front of the key, and we have another German fella at P1 here. So I think track-wise this is most likely my weakest point now to start, so we were really focusing here on just keeping our position. Having a decent turn 1 here. P1 actually had not the best turn 1, but he definitely still could keep his position. But he was already putting the pressure on me, I could feel it. And I don't think we had the fastest turns here as of now. Braking quite early here to really tighten up this corner. I think it's really crucial on this one. And we are almost there, guys. Once we make it onto the Nordschleife, I think we will be a little bit more competitive and safe from any attacks from the back. And behind me you can actually see they started battling. This was of course really good for our positioning here. Braking at the 50-meter board here, taking all the width of the track. And now, finally, we head onto the Nordschleife. But as well, P1 definitely had already a small lean and we were almost out of slipstream, which of course is not ideal in this situation. But let's see how fast he is on the Nordschleife. He went a bit wide there, but still carried a good amount of speed. And he, let's not forget guys, he took the meta car. He is in the G70. And what you maybe don't see yet, towards the back we have probably a 2-second gap, 1.8 seconds, so that's definitely nice, but we have at least a second gap to the front here as well. And to be honest guys, the first lap was quite uneventful. I kept pretty much the distance towards the back as well towards the front. No one made any ground. So let's move a little forward until the second lap when the action really took off. Alright guys, as you guys can see, we are on the Döttinger and we are making ground. The distance is almost the same, but now we have, I think, a faster cars on the straight here. I think the Ferrari is just a bit faster than the G40 here. And I think we will go into the pits right on his tail. And as you can see, if he looked in the mirror and saw I go into the pits, otherwise I think he would have missed the pits as well. So let's see the distance here. We are under a second towards Evokely. We are 1.2 seconds in front of Rataka and then right behind him the key, Grove Street, Mirta Ape, F1 Bauer. So definitely a strong field. Let's see how the pit stop goes, what our crew does. Looking all good, and we should be right on his tail for the really entertaining lap here coming up. Again, most likely my weakest part of the track here. So basically I was just in the mindset not to lose too much time to the front and of course as well from the guys in the back. They were just 1.8 seconds behind us. Definitely took the better line here out of his turns and was able to really get close now. Rataka and the key behind us were both in the Lamborghini. So another car which seems to be quite competitive. On this corner I know I can be quite fast, I can hit it quite well, braking at 50 and even lifted a little bit, so I could have been even faster there and shifted down a little bit. But now we're on the Nordschleife. Let's see. A little mistake there by him, P1, just brought us even closer. But as well, we knew of course every fighting will just result in bringing back P3 and P4 into the race. So it was definitely, you definitely needed to choose your battles wisely. And I can just imagine the pressure of this super loud Ferrari towards P1 must have been fun. Alright, off we go now. We're in the slip, we're in the faster car on the straights. Let's see how close we can get. He went a little wide and you can see we are just getting closer and closer and closer. But that's not an opportunity I was willing to take here to make a harakiri move. And P3 is actually already attacking here on the outside. Both of them went a little wide there, and we are having definitely the best exit out of all of these three cars right now. The Kia in P4 is probably 2 seconds behind this group of us here right now. Faking the outside and actually going onto the inside, being on the grass. They're super aggressive, but that's really what you have to do here on the Nordschleife. And actually got the overtake done on the Nordschleife. That was a tough cookie, but an important one, of course. So now we are actually at P1. Let's go. But at the same time, now the meta car has the slipstream, so I was by no means safe. I even defended the outside there always. He was almost past me again. But on the other hand, of course, the Nordschleife is a really hard track to overtake. So let's see. P2 and P3 right behind us. And I knew my biggest chance here would probably be if they start battling, if they're starting to make mistakes, that I can somehow get away. So I really went all in now. And yes, we definitely could make some ground, but we were a little bit slow into this corner, so P2 is right at our tail. And this is not good, especially considering the slipstream. These are crucial 2 straights now coming up. And he is so close. He's trying to be on the outside. He is almost right next to me, so I cover up the inside. Braking a little later. Give him enough space though, and he is unfortunately through, and we are back at P2. But at the same time, with this slipstream, now we are in his toe, and this Ferrari should be faster. Let's see if we can pull off something else here and reclaim P1. At the outside, and we are slowly but surely actually getting all the way past, which would be super crucial for this upcoming left-hander now to be in front. And we are, so this left hand now is our corner. Just a slight lift and back full throttle. The same with the right corner here. You don't want to hit the throttle, lift the throttle, and you don't want to hit the curbs that much actually, but I did a little bit, but all good. And we are heading up into the Carousel, a crucial corner, and you guys can actually see they are actually started battling behind me. So again, I was focusing on full push mode now to get away. Hitting Carousel quite nicely, accelerate out quite early, and off we go into my favorite section of the game, but for sure of this track. Shifting in fourth here, a little tap on the brakes. Don't hit these curbs, especially on this Ferrari. The outside curb you can actually take. Getting down in second for the rotation and accelerate out in third. And yes, we actually made good ground here. And I just noticed this as well during the race in the mirrors. We made some ground. And unfortunately, this as well got me thinking a little bit. But we were still pushing on. Definitely not bad corners. A little wide maybe, but still definitely strong corners for this car. And we maybe have a gap of 1 second right now. But as you can see in the left mirror, they are right behind us. I don't think the gap will be big enough, but I pushed with all I got. Down into fourth gear, really hit the apex there on the inside. Make sure you can be full throttle now, and I'm a little bit sliding there, and this basically brought them completely back into my slipstream. So it looks like it will be a finish on the Döttinger. But of course, let's check out first what happens in the small carousel. Another crucial corner where people can make big mistakes and leave a lot of time on the table. Really not a good combination from us, but good enough to stay up front. Took this corner quite nicely, and now it was all about the Döttinger. We all knew, and of course the worst position is in the front. So actually, I don't know if you hear it, I start lifting a little bit, not getting full gas here, to maybe have a tow of him after he overtook me. So there we go, back into P2, but back in his slipstream. But behind us, Rataka is now as well on the left. So my strategy here was giving P1 bumps to not be overtaken by both of them. So we are just reclaiming P2 here, having definitely a faster car right now, getting out of slipstream to actually go for P1 now. Last corners coming up. Head to head into the last chicanes here, and we both did not back down. It was absolutely crazy. Felt like I had a better turn, but somehow he managed to put it on, to keep it on the road. And he takes the win. And I am going in over the finish line in P2.